want to survive here, we do it as a team.
What's up, everybody? It's the Gamers Table here. We're ready with another adventure and an episode in this fantastic Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Just answering Nick Fury's call. I'm Toasty49, and I'm joined, of course, by my colleagues, PastorJ and Druid Craft.
What is up, people? PastorJ here, and Gamers Table, man, we're having a seat, and we invite you to sit down and enjoy this invasion of Wakanda.
Why not?
Why not?
I don't think we should phrase it like that.
How's it going, guys?
Listen, I'm doing what the game tells me to do, okay?
All right, yeah, you got Mr. Druid here as well. Let's go see what shenanigans we can get into here in Wakanda. If Thor doesn't drop out of the sky all epic, then is it really been? We've really done what we've set out to do.
Did you even marvel, bro?
Hanging out with his best friend, the tree. I remember
What are these
that
guys
movie.
doing?
Talk about iconic scenes. That's another one of those scenes they'll never be able to replicate the epicness of
Yeah.
Thor like dropping into Wakanda like right at the moment, like last moment.
Yeah, so at the end of the last episode, we brought up randomly that Captain America and the Winter Soldiers fight in the second Captain America movie, right?
The Winter Soldier.
Make sure that was the best fight scene in all of Marvel Cinematic history. And I definitely think we all agreed on that. Jury can still be out if anybody disagrees, but it's an awesome fight scene. Alright, I'm gonna interact with this real quick and get it unlocked for us. Okay.
Ronan.
So you're saying the second moment is when Thor drops down after getting Stormbreaker? Is that the part you're talking about?
Yeah, I think like the number one scene in Marvel for me is definitely the Avengers Assemble from Endgame with the portal scene.
Course.
Like that's the number one.
We're talking
But-
scenes.
Yeah, but like just like moment and like movie, you know, the 5 seconds of him dropping in and just like, you know, looking out over the battlefield, everything just stops for a second. It's like, oh crap, here we go.
I am told that
I definitely thought that was Thor dropping in. I was about to lose my mind.
believe in the goddess. Now would
Hey,
be the
close
time
enough, man.
to
Listen,
start
Storm
praying.
is legit.
Dude, Storm
okay?
is awesome. Neurological mutant.
Yeah, she's no joke.
And then she
So
started
yeah,
blasting.
if we're talking just scenes in the MCU, then I definitely don't. You know, I retract the statement that fight scene between Bucky and Cap is the best. It's not, you know. But as far as just, you know, fight scene between a couple of people, you know, that's
Yeah, definitely best fight scene, no question.
yeah. The choreography, I mean, just all of it. It's just it's flawless. But no, if we're talking moments in the MCU, where to begin? You know, there's so many things that I remember watching it. It's one of those moments where you're like, man, I would love to just experience that for the first time again. You know what I mean? Just so fun, so awesome.
I wish I could go back in time and experience the portal scene from Endgame. Like, just that whole last portion of that movie. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I could experience that one more time for the first time. Like, it's the only
Well,
time I've
and-
ever been in a theater where I've heard the entire theater erupt, like, in applause and screaming and like.
Well, listen, I mean, the cat picking up the hammer. I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like just, yeah, I don't have this one. Like, there's just nothing like that moment has happened.
Right. I know. It's just, I mean, that was. It just sounds so silly, like as a grown man talking about this. But that's just gonna be. I don't know that I'll ever forget that moment. That sounds so silly, but
Yeah.
it's like, okay, there's the moment that I got married. There's, you know, the birth of children. There's when Captain America picks up the hammer. But seriously, it's just Like, it was so cool.
It was so good. I find myself still from time to time going and looking up like YouTube videos of like live reactions of like theaters from that night.
Oh, yeah.
Like watching, like it elicits such a like response. It sends chills down my spine still. You know, like
Yeah, I know.
incredible.
Yep. Which I still stand by my opinion of the way it is.
Wait, what? Because all I heard was.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. No, the way Infinity War ended, I still think was awful. Put all of us into a 12-month stint of depression was just ridiculous. Like no wonder we have such just an epidemic of anxiety in the world we live in today. It's because people like that can't end movies correctly.
That is so funny. See, and I'm in the opposite camp.
Thanos
Like,
won.
I think that's one of the best movie endings there's ever been.
Oh my gosh.
But then again, look,
I
my
guess,
favorite
'cause
movie
you
of all
gotta look
time is Empire Strikes Back, and it is the Empire Strikes Back of Marvel. Like the good guys lose, you know,
Yeah.
and it just like it makes the sequel just so perfect. All right, so what do we gotta do here?
Gotta push the boxes to do
Oh, we gotta
stuff.
pick these rockets up and throw them. Yeah. Use the blocks to block the rockets. Or I'm sorry, the weapons trying to hit us. Then I'm trying to get over here. Bam! Got it. But yeah, him
these
picking
little
up the hammer
consoles.
was amazing. Obviously going through the portal was definitely cool. I mean, I don't know. I would have a hard time picking one over the other, to be honest.
Mhm.
Just both memorable,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Though I will say it wasn't the response wasn't as big as like Endgame was, but I'd say probably the closest to that. I think we heard a bit of fanfare when we went to see Deadpool and Wolverine. Like they definitely tapped into a lot of people's nostalgia and like just some plain old fan service stuff that folks want to see when they brought in characters that appeared in that movie.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that sort of, in my opinion, goes to show what we're talking about, though. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've seen the movie by this point.
Yeah, and Ryan
If you
Reynolds has
care about
posted every
spoilers,
spoiler ever
I
at this
guess.
point.
Right. So
Well,
It's-
I mean, like
it's-
even Marvel's social medias, like they've been openly talking about referencing and making
Yeah.
trailers for everything that's come out in that movie. So,
right. So I think we're good at that point, or at this point for that. But yeah, I agree. But I think sort of to the point we're making, honestly, I think so many Marvel fans have been aching for such a monumental moment that was part of like what we I think experienced. It was sort of this like finally we got to have this release valve of okay, here's something special and something that was kept from us and hidden and cryptic, and now the reveal is here. And because let's be honest, I mean, what happened in that movie, that's not going to be something that we're going to remember for months and years down the line. Like it was a fun experience, and it just sort of gave us, I think that's what makes the other moments so powerful and so monumental, is that that's what we were looking for, right? That's what we're wanting to feel that again. We're wanting to feel that moment of Cap picking up the hammer, feel that moment of the portals opening, and having these cameos in a movie is about as close as we're getting right now. And I'm not sure that we can expect anything different, because those moments were they were borderline historic. I know that's a little extreme, but
Yeah, I mean they were the no Luke, I'm your father moments of like our generation.
yeah,
You know, like Right there. I definitely think too, like one of the big things that is preventing kind of that build up, or is preventing that like moment of awe, is like some of the stuff was like built up over the course of a few years. Like, you know, Cap picking up the hammer. You got the slight tease in Age of Ultron, right, when they're all like sitting around, hanging out, having their little party, and like he's the only one that like slightly budges, and you know Thor has that look on his face of like, wait a second, you know, like.
And then of
So
course, when it happens, he's like, "I knew it."
exactly, right? Like, it wasn't just like, oh, that's cool. It was like,
Right.
I knew it. I knew he could pick up the hammer. Like, finally.
Yeah, from 7 years ago, you know. But yeah, I'm telling you that decade worth of just cinematic stuff, movies is so cool to look back and see all that built up and how it was really cashed in.
I'm really
so
hopeful
appropriate.
we'll get that sort of with the new Secret Wars. Oh, snap. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
that's
getting
what
sniped. Oh, Lord.
I'm trying to get the snipers over.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful because, they're talking about doing like a soft reboot, and I think they will. I mean, I think they're at that point, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at this, by the time that comes out, I mean, they'll be what? 16 years into MCU? Something crazy like that? 17 years?
It was 2008.
Yeah, something like that. Gosh, so they'll be almost 20 years, which is an incredible amount of time, you know.
No.
And
Box over there. There we go.
I wouldn't be surprised, like, if we get that soft reboot, and that will offer that moment, and again, for some of that slow build up.
Yeah.
Because it's more than just like a cool scene. Like, it's like, you're
Oh,
seeing
it meant
something.
something for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have that like emotional like moment where it's like, you have Spider-Man come swinging in like through the portal, and it's like, not only is it just like, oh my gosh, it's Spider-Man again, but like he was dead, now he's alive, and like it's just this culmination of so much intentionality more than just a cameo.
And that's why, I mentioned this. I think it was this episode, about the ending of Infinity War being really a struggle for me. I do not regret experiencing the loss. The good guys losing for a minute. That wasn't what made it rough for me. I just think that they could have ended it with a little more hope available. That was sort of the struggle for me.
Mm-hmm.
So because what I'm getting at is, that moment at the end of Infinity War, certainly, I've no doubt built, like, it helped emotionally speaking to build up that portal moment and the picking up the hammer and all this stuff. I mean, it made it have some weight, but I just don't know that we had to carry that weight for a year. That was the thing that was so much of a. I'm like, bro, give us a little bit of hope. That was my only thing. But I'm saying that to defend the moment, because I think that moment had to occur for Endgame to be what it was. There's no doubt. But it had to have that moment of loss.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Yeah. It's definitely. Otherwise, Ant-Man and the Wasp wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah. So thankful for that movie. My life.
It had Walton Goggins in it.
Gosh.
Did it?
Yeah, he was one of the villains. He was basically the buyer that was trying to buy and steal Hank Pym's technology in his lab.
Are you over here, Joe? And the Deadpool.
Somebody needs me. I can matter, just like in that one movie.
He just got smacked. Marvel, Jesus.
Okay, let's see, what do I gotta do? Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Do we have to? I think we have to destroy these. There we go. Phew.
Yeah. I think we got him along the way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I'm obviously interested in some of the stuff that's coming up. You know, I'm interested with Red Hulk. You know,
Mm-hmm.
interested to see a little bit of that. And there's definitely some fun things coming. I don't anticipate again something history making, but definitely some things that can be fun. I mean, you know, obviously there could be some really awesome moment when the Red Hulk and Falcon are fighting. Oh, excuse me, not Falcon. Red Hulk and Captain America are fighting. You know, Bruce Banner pops down out of nowhere and replicates his Avengers, you know, I'm always angry moment when he punches that serpent in the face, you know. Obviously, you could have some kind of moment like that, but I don't anticipate that. Not to mention that's not going to be as wild. We do need some build up, you know. So I'm excited for that. I mean, I'm hopeful. You know, I'm you know, 15 years older than I was, but that doesn't change the fact that I appreciate and enjoy this stuff. I mean, I'm sitting playing a video game on my Switch that has to do with it, so obviously I enjoy Marvel stuff. Love X-Men, love all of that. So I'm hopeful as the years go. Some things to talk about.
Well, see, like I can imagine some of these like moments talking about like when the X-Men come, like getting the actual like a good, well built up like Phoenix. Jean dies. There's that moment of like hopelessness, right? And then you know she comes back as the Phoenix, and it's like what happens now, and what they tried to rush with the original X-Men movie.
Right, right. Yeah, it's like, you know, hey, this is a massive moment in, you know, the history of Marvel, and we're just going to throw it into, let's pick this movie and let's throw it in here for a few minutes.
Right.
Come on.
I've been better. MODOK used his mental powers to poke around inside my head. And trust me, it's not pretty in there. I may
Quit
be
acting like you're
compromised.
hurt, Winter Soldier.
Back when the Russians
Well, we
brainwashed
did
me
just
into
save him
personal
from Red
assassin.
Mega Man.
They implanted code words in my memory to
Red
keep me
Mega
under
Man?
control. If MODOK found them, I won't be able to resist his commands.
Pretty funny
It gets worse.
depiction of
MODOK and his AIM goons got their
Claw
hands on
in
the
the
Soul Stone
movie.
after the crash.
Oh,
versus here.
Taking it into
what's his name?
No, but whatever. it
Andy
is,
Serkis.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we won't.
Good
Mhm.
old. My precious.
Good old Gollum.
Good old Gollum.
Ambush!
All right,
Enemy
Neo.
forces are closing in. If you're hoping to stop MODOK, you
He
need
did
to
the
go
Wonder
now.
Woman thing.
I mean, it's an arm, not like a 4 foot by 4 foot shield.
Weapon A
Well, I love that he stood in front of the dude who's literally holding a shield.
I know.
at a time
Holding
to
a
do some
shield.
mission I couldn't.
I got this.
He's like, I'm gonna run in here with an Uzi, guys. Don't worry, I got this.
I've taken
Well,
down
that's
the
what
Red Skull.
don't worry about me.
You guys in beekeeper suits should be no problem. Now go!
Yeah, I'm not sure the Red Skull really got his portrayed very well in the movies for really what he probably should be portrayed as. I mean, think about what Bucky just said. I've taken down the Red Skull. I can handle these guys. I don't think you guys feel the same way, but taking down the Red Skull in the movies wasn't a massive undertaking, if you ask me.
Joe, what's your favorite?
Stand back, friends.
Yeah.
The Dora Milaje have this
the
situation
Hulk?
under control.
Guys, I'm telling you, this makes me want to play the Avengers games so badly.
It's that one guy.
There are forces at play here your feeble minds cannot begin to comprehend. Nothing is under your control.
Uh-oh.
Not even the concentration of psionic energy that you call a soul. This stone, so much power. I must have them
Totally
all.
just... Okay. Well,
It's like, yeah,
Fetch them
I don't
Black
believe in souls, I
Panther.
believe in science. But I'm still using the soul gem.
Scientific
Black
importance
Panther.
that require my
Get your ladies under control, man. They're about to kick our butts.
All I can think of is the like MODOK TV show. How ridiculous!
It was funny.
Wait, the what? Did I miss that?
There was a MODOK TV show they did, an animated show. Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
It was a Hulu show. There was a period of time where Hulu was trying to they signed a deal with Marvel, and basically they were gonna try to have their version of like all the Netflix shows, but they were gonna go with like these animated like anti-heroes slash villains. So they had an animated MODOK show with Patton Oswalt as MODOK, so it was just strictly comedy. It's just like MODOK in like the suburbs trying to have a family, but he's an evil scientist here trying to take over the world, and how does he balance that? And it's just goofy and silly. And but there was supposed to be a bunch of other shows, like they were gonna make like a Tigra and Dazzler show. They did make a show called Hit Monkey, which is about a monkey that becomes like a John Wick style assassin, who is a Marvel character. And then there was supposed to be a Howard the Duck show. And again, all of these like animated like comedies slash action shows, but then they were all supposed to converge in a show called The Offenders, and they all teamed up together.
Yep.
But it did not pan out. They only did MODOK and Hit Monkey.
I wonder why.
And that got canceled when they just kind of decided to start reining things in. I don't know.
How do I get around this? There we go.
I think you just jump over it. Or fly. Teleport. But yeah, no, this is around the time they canceled everything because they had just, like, Disney started putting together Disney Plus. And that was when they kind of shifted all their plans to, like, oh, let's make Marvel shows that are in the MCU and exclusively on our platform. So they canceled all those other projects, the Hulu shows, the Netflix shows.
Speaking of the Netflix shows, I saw the trailer for Daredevil that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con got leaked. Dude, it looks so incredibly good.
It looks
Just,
awesome.
oh my gosh, it's gonna be amazing.
I actually need to. I got the top one, Joe. I need to actually go watch all of the.
Oh, bro. So Daredevil, incredible. Luke Cage, pretty dang good. Jessica Jones, not bad. First season's definitely better than the second one. Iron Fist, first season is absolute garbage. The second season is a little bit better.
Yeah, see, I think that's where I got messed up. Everything you just said, I basically spent more time watching all of those shows, starting with the worst one first.
Yeah.
So that's why I struggled with it. Like, I watched the Iron Fist, tried to stick with it the most, and did not enjoy it. And then I watched Jessica Jones for a couple episodes, did not really enjoy it that much. Luke Cage got like one episode of my attention, and then I just, by that point, I'm like, borderline giving up on these, the Defenders and everything. Plus, I think it was the same time when Arrow and Flash was going on, and I really enjoyed those two shows.
Yeah, Daredevil is, like, it just gets better as the seasons go. Like, it starts really strong, and then it just continues. Because they bring in the Punisher comes in season 2, and John Barenthal is just incredible.
Pretty good, yeah.
Dude, he is just, he's one of my, like, of all people, like, him and Charlie Cox, I'm so glad are both going to be in the MCU now. Oh, crap. Wow. Ew. For me, it's one of those, like, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. was kind of born to play Iron Man. John Barenthal was born to play the Punisher.
Okay.
So perfect for the role.
No joke.
Yeah, he does great. And then the Punisher show is definitely not for kids.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. Content warning there, but it is awesome. It is so good, man.
So you guys would suggest watching what, Daredevil first, then maybe what about the Punisher TV
I
show?
would I would say Daredevil then Punisher.
and
So
then,
like
Luke Cage or something, or what?
so there is an order to all of these because there's like a chronological order that these events happen in, and some of them feed into each other. There's even like one or two characters that show up in most of these shows. Minor spoiler. So it, like, the order, if I'm remembering right, it was Daredevil season 1, Jessica Jones season 1, Daredevil season 2, Luke Cage season 1, Iron Fist 1, which then culminated in the Defenders show.
How was that?
Amazing concept. It was decent.
Yeah.
They had some good fight scenes, but it wasn't quite as grand as it had built up to be, unfortunately. But yeah, and then it goes out from there. I forget the exact order, but that feeds into like Daredevil season 3, the first season of The Punisher, Jessica Jones 2, Luke Cage 2, Iron Fist 2, Jessica Jones 3, and then Punisher 2.
Okay.
Which was where it all ended. And that wasn't that order, but that was like that phase of those shows.
Right. I've been needing some good television to watch. So
I can heavily recommend Daredevil. Luke Cage is fun. Like I like the guy that I did not mean to press that. Well, this is fine.
I would say the Ultimates should bust those open. To be
Right.
fair.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is I like the guy who plays Luke Cage. I always forget his name, but he was the main character.
Oh yeah.
He
Yep.
played Spartan Locke.
Which- Yeah, which I want to watch that show as well, just for him.
How do we open this?
The
Oh,
guy who's
that.
playing, or well, the guy who's supposed to be playing Blade, playing the movie, is he's a different character. But he's the main villain of season 1.
Oh no, kidding. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Marshala Ali, or something along the lines of that.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala, yeah. He plays Cottonmouth, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Cottonmouth was awesome.
Yeah, he's just a cool actor. I like him.
Neat. But there's only one blade.
Yeah. According to West, I cannot believe. I can talk about it at this point because again, if you haven't watched Daredevil and Wolverine at this point, or you've just not been on the internet, that's your fault. I cannot believe they brought Wesley Snipes back. Of all people, like, he would have never crossed my mind as somebody allowed to walk across that screen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I walked right into that.
Holy crap!
Oh, big head.
Well, especially because he.
Sorry, what did you just call him?
I'm sorry.
Did you call him Big Head or Pig Head?
I called him Big Head.
I thought you called him
thought you
Pig
called
Head.
him
Because of
something
how big
else.
his head is.
Oh,
Like, bro, we are on YouTube right now. What is the matter with you?
this is a Christian channel. Anyways, back to what Deadpool. No, just kidding.
We love Jesus.
We do love Jesus. That was the most abrupt cut.
Right.
Anyways, but Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds historically have not a good relationship because of Blade 3. And so, and not to mention, Wesley Snipes has been Wesley Snipes for the last 20 plus years.
Oh, it's been longer than that.
Not gotten himself, a good reputation. But dude, I loved watching him because I love the Blade movies. Like, the OG Blade movies I remember watching those as a kid all the time. I love those movies.
Oh, he's-
Boy, I can't even see what's happening.
Bye, Felicia.
yeah, poor Modoc. Oh, all he wanted to do was kill everybody. Was that so wrong?
And what is it with the soul stone? Like everyone has to just take the soul stone and put it in their forehead. Like, what is that?
Why did he just fall over like that? Oh my gosh.
You already have Modoc.
That definitely had a Humpty Dumpty vibe to it. We'll see.
Jeez, he's big fault.
Speaking of cool games coming up down the line, the Wolverine game by Insomniac, and that, and then the Captain America game that has Black Panther in it.
Yeah, I've seen some talks of that one. That looks very interesting. I mean, yeah, interesting.
Trailer looks really cool because it's like set during like World War II.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, T'Chaka, not T'Challa, as the Black Panther. So I think it's gonna be a really cool game. You know, there's obviously no evidence to it, but rumors that we'll see Wolverine in that as well because he was part of the Howling Commandos during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's cool.
No man is fit to wield such power unchecked.
Dash neat. When does that come out?
Next year.
Yeah, I think it's to be announced 2025.
Just imagine what they could do together.
Yes. Just imagine.
Oh, I see.
I don't feel like he's gonna turn you.
No.
All right, well, we saved Wakanda.
Realistic. See, I told you we'd do it. You guys tried to tell me we couldn't.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I said it in the last episode, and say it here as well. By the time you see this live stream will already have happened, but we're going to be live streaming on Monday, August 18th. I'm sorry, Monday, August 19th. Finishing up the game, and the VODs will be over on YouTube afterwards at a later date, but it'll be the first of many streams on the Gamers Table. You can find us at the Gamers Table 23. Come hang out. We'll have a great time. Would love to get to catch you live so we can chat and interact with you.
Yep.
Till then, take care.
Peace.
Yeah, have a good night, folks.
Hello, nurse. Joe says.